You can't get your time back. Once you spend your time doing something, it is gone forever. You can make more money, but you can't get your time back. So be careful who you spend your time with. Let's jump into it.
Social Authority Live. Yeah, we turning it up. Dallas, Texas, where they leveling up. You the star, now the stage is yours. Lights on blast, can't ignore. Film posts, get verified, it's your time. Social Authority Live.
All right. So a lot of people online today complaining about elections and this and that and the other thing. I even covered it on the show because it's such a trending topic today. You know, the MAGA and the this and the that and the other thing. But at the end of the day, none of that is going to move the needle for you in your business. None of that is going to move the needle for you in your personal development. It's always good to be informed. But at the end of the day, if you're wasting your time or spending your time on things that don't move the needle for you, you're essentially wasting your time. Focus on what you can control. And one of the things that you can control is who you hang out with and who you spend time with. So I would encourage you to start thinking about that and diagnosing how you spend your time and how it moves the needle in your life. You know, I was talking to my wife and she was like, you don't always have to be so crabby sometimes. We go out. And I'm like, well, dude, sometimes I don't want to. And I'm not somebody who really hides anything. Doesn't make her wrong. I should probably change my attitude sometimes. My wife's always right. But at the same time, it's like, your time is limited. You can't get it back. I'm 43 years old, man. I don't have that much time left. Especially when you measure your time like we do in our agency. We have to measure time all the time. I have scripts that I'm working on for a client. And it's not just that client. It got doubled. Because that client gets one a day, and then the businesses that person does, we're writing scripts for all those businesses too. That's one a day. So it's actually 2 times the amount of work as it would normally be. I don't mind. Love this person. They deserve it. We should be doing 10 times the amount of work for this person if it's required. But that's the stuff that my mind is on. And I can't shut that off. And so I encourage you to start surrounding yourself with people that help you move the needle. And here's the other, I think the word is kavit. It's a big word for me, folks. That was a big one. But when you start rolling with people that help you move the needle, help you level up and help you raise your frequency consistently, and then you go back to normal planet Earth, you're just like, oh my gosh, am I in the twilight zone? Because normal is such a low frequency. Anybody can be normal. A normal job, a normal this, a normal that, a normal day. Normal doesn't get you extraordinary results. Extraordinary people in extraordinary situations, extraordinary solutions to extraordinary problems are what get you big results. And so the second that you start holding yourself up to a higher standard is the second that you're going to realize you don't tolerate anything below that standard. People are going to start telling you you're crazy. They're going to start telling you you're weird. You're out of control. Quiet down. I love that one. Can you just quiet down? I mean, can you fuck off? No. I don't want to quiet down. I want to do something great in this world. I want to become something incredible. I want to run the camera, run the DJ booth, run the show as one person, and I want it to have it looking better than $1 million studio with a 10-man team. I don't want to be normal. I am not normal. And when you've been doing this, when you're as old as I am, you've been doing it for 20 years like I have, you get to a point where you don't have any tolerance for BS, for waste of time conversations, waste of time situations. And you get to a point where it's just, you don't tolerate it anymore. And you're just annoyed when you have to cut out time to go do something you don't want to do or be with people you don't want to be around. And that might sound mean. That might sound rude. That might sound harsh. It doesn't mean it's not true. There's a lot of people that we do business with, and those people, I have their cell phones. We text each other every day. They're not normal. There's a guy we work with. He is one of the most high standard people I've ever been around. If you know anything about where I came from, singing on street corners to performing on business stages, it was the business people that make lots of money that loved Pat. It wasn't the record label. I tried out for every record label that you could possibly try out for in Hollywood. They all turned me down. Played at the Viper Room. I played at Whiskey A Go-Go. From San Francisco to San Diego, all the way up and down the West Coast. I couldn't buy a record deal. And then I get around high-level entrepreneurs, investors, developers, and they're like, man, you really got some skills. I need you here. I need this. I need that. I need the other thing. And I realized I was selling myself short with a lot of the environments that I was in. I was selling myself short with a lot of the conversations that I was getting myself into. Hanging around in the alleyway behind the bar, smoking it up. I didn't know any better. That was all I knew. But it was also me limiting myself to a lower frequency because it got comfortable. If you get comfortable in today's world, the pace is so fast, you'll just get bulldozed. There's 23, 24, and 25-year-old kids building $100,000 a month businesses with AI tools because they're willing to spend the $17 a month to get the pro subscription to learn the AI tools. 97% of people use the free version of ChatGPT. Only 3% of AI users pay for the pro subscription. If you're paying for the pro subscription, building tools, and you're using those tools to help you make money in your business, you're in like the top 1% of the 1% of the 1% of AI users. Literally. It's crazy. Totally crazy. So, I mean, it's one of those things where you have to audit your time, audit your community, audit what you're doing all day, or you're just going to get sucked into a million different things that don't serve you. I'm doing a quick stream and then I'll be in there to connect it again. My phone, I actually am pretty easy to get a hold of to certain people and not to anybody else. We have a system called $1 Million Pitch that we just launched. It is our private Facebook group. I'm going to be doing the first call in that group probably tomorrow. I'm going to do a preliminary call today and then tomorrow, where we help you build your $1 million pitch, where I go all the way through how we build these custom scripts, how we help you put a call to action at the end of your script, how we help you write a hook, give people value, and lead them to either booking a call with you or buying a product, investing. We have a person that we work with that's got a cash flow fund in real estate, major portfolio of single family homes that they own that cash flow. I have a friend that does business acquisitions at the highest levels, has helped hundreds of people buy companies and replace their income. And so, I get around conversations where people are talking about dumb stuff or stuff I don't care about. And I'm just like, dude, am I in the Twilight Zone? Who cares? Most of the stuff that people talk about doesn't matter, doesn't move the needle, doesn't get you anywhere. And it's very easy to get distracted by these types of situations and get dragged into these types of situations. And then hours and hours and hours of your time get zapped up and evaporated and vaporized before your very eyes. Turn around, you look around, you're like, oh my gosh, I was supposed to do X, Y, or Z, and I never did it. There's so many people who watch so many of my videos, telling them to make videos, communicate, build a brand, make videos, communicate, build a brand, and they do nothing. And then I'll see them somewhere and they'll be like, oh man, I always see your stuff, man. I know I need to be doing that and I'm not doing it. Why are you not doing it? Why are you not doing what you need to do to win? Why? Do what you need to do. Because at the end of the day, your time is limited. And if you're wasting your time with people that don't help you move the needle, dude, you got to cut them out of your life. That's the hardest thing for people. But this person, they're so nice. So what? Nice people are guilty of ruining people's results more than anyone else. But they're nice. Who gives a shit? If you got goals and you got standards and you're trying to do something, unfortunately, you just can't sit around and play nice with everybody. Got things to do, places to go, kids relying on me. Was doing something out back in the backyard the other day. And in my head, I was like, man, I could pay somebody to do this. And at the end of the day, it's like stress relief sometimes to just do work in the backyard. Gives me an opportunity to just do physical activity, make the place look nice, and I get to think. Quiet, put the phone down, sweat my head off, and it's good for me. I've actually embraced that. It's a good use of my time. And one of the reasons I was thinking about it, one of the reasons why it's so good for me is because there's nobody around. I spend so much of my time talking and communicating and building relationships. Talking, communicating, building relationships. Zoom calls, texting, calling people, FaceTime calls, constant communication. And sometimes I just don't want to talk to people. Especially, you go to like a place of worship, like church. I go to church. I don't want to talk to you at church. I'm not here to talk to you. I'm here to talk to God, not you. Some people are like, that's the biggest thing of their week. They're like, okay, way to go to church. Talk to Susie. I don't want to talk to Susie at church. Leave me alone. I'm here to pray in the back. I'm a sinner. I'm imperfect. Here to talk to the man upstairs. And you need to be able to make those decisions and make those declarations. I think so many times we're so worried about what everybody else thinks. What if this person, what do they think? Who cares? Who cares what they think? Go out and do what you need to do for you. I did a little stream about the political stuff today, just to cover it because it was trending. And I was almost annoyed even doing it. Those people, they don't serve me. They don't serve you. I might have got a couple of tax breaks here over the last year and a half. Outside of that, it's like they're all robbing us blind. Focus on you. Build relationships with great people that you can build a future with. And at the end of the day, it's like, if people don't like it, who cares? Especially if you're a parent. If you're a parent, as well as an entrepreneur, which many people are, because if you want to be a parent and make money and take care of your kids, most jobs, and I'm not the one saying this, the CEOs of Microsoft and Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos and all these people, Zuckerberg, are all saying it, jobs are going to be extinct. They're going to be gone. Who knows what's going to happen in the next 2 years with this technology that's coming out? I remember when we were stealing songs off Napster and we felt like rebels. Now we built an entire mobile application for my company. I canceled Go High Level and I canceled ClickFunnels because our app that I built with my buddy does it all. Look, we've got a chat in there right now. Somebody sent us a chat. Video feedback. It's fantastic. He doesn't even need to text me anymore. He just messages into the app And my team can see exactly what kind of edits he needs for his video. When it used to be, he had to text my phone to get information to me or my editors. Now he can just text our mobile app. He can just go into the studio and he can upload his files. Doesn't need to talk to Pat anymore. Does it for me. This is what AI is useful for. Making your system so smooth that an idiot can use it. And the guy I just showed you is actually a really smart guy. But communication and community are the two key ingredients to anybody being successful in the future. And if you let knuckleheads interfere in your community or your communication, you're just going to get derailed. You don't owe anybody your time. You do not owe anyone anything. Just like the world owes you nothing. If you're walking around and you think that this world is going to bend its knee for you, boy, you got another thing coming. Because the world already has its knee on your neck. Sooner you realize that, the better off you'll be. No one is coming to save you. No one. And if you're floundering around with idiots, you're going to become one. And there's nobody that knows how to be an idiot better than me. One of the biggest idiots I know. I have to control that. I have to constantly be around people that are doing great things. Because those people, I'm really, really good in a few categories that they need. One of them is this. Most people cannot hit live on Facebook and do what I'm doing right now. They're fucking terrified of the camera because they're terrified of what somebody might think. They're terrified that they might get insulted or made fun of, or that they don't look perfect, or oh my gosh, what if Aunt Susie doesn't like the stream? Who cares? You see Aunt Susie like once every 10 years. Who cares what that person thinks? Stop caring. That's the hardest thing for people to do, is that you guys give so much power to all of these things that don't deserve your attention. And then you don't give attention to the things that are going to move the needle and make you successful and free you from the chains that are holding you back. Stop giving power to these things. There's this book, I haven't even read it, but I'm a huge fan of the woman who wrote it. Her name's Mel Robbins. It's called the Let Them Theory. I'm sure you can probably imagine what it says. You know, people don't like you, let them not like you. They think you're too intense. Cool, let them think that. You're too hyper. Yeah, let them think that. You're too loud. Let them think that. No, I'm not. I'm really not. You're just soft. I'm really not that intense. You're just weak. Really not that loud. Really not aggressive at all. I'm actually a pretty chill person. But I will fight for what I believe in and for what I want to achieve. Most people won't. So of course you're going to come off as a lunatic to somebody that isn't crazy about getting crazy results. I was looking at companies that make over $1 million a year. That's fine, babe. And there's only like 6% of companies that do over $1 million a year in annual revenue. I rounded it up to 10% just for my videos, but it's really actually around like 4 to 6% of companies do $1 million a year in annual revenue. That means essentially like 95% of companies don't make $1 million ever. And I used to think, and I had a good conversation with my boy, Roy, about this. Roy is his code name. A few years ago, I started doing pretty well in the social media agency, and I was like, man, I got to do $1 million a year, $1 million a year, $1 million. And over the course of a few months of talking to this guy, he gave me great advice. Over the course of a few months, kept repeating that, I got 7 figures. And he was like, dude, who cares about the revenue? It's what you keep in business that matters. And I'm like, yeah, but dude, 7 figures. And he's like, dude, Who cares if you make 7 figures if you spend 1.2 figures? If you spend 1.2 million, but you made $1 million, you lost money. What are you spending? What are you keeping? You got to look at this stuff from perspective. I have about, 15 people, 20 people that are like core people. 40 people, core people that I've grown with over the last few years. And what I've noticed is the conversations that I have outside of those people never move the needle for me at all. In personal growth, business growth, mental development, emotional development, spiritual development. And anytime I try to go outside of that circle and force it, it's just, I'm just like, doesn't work. There's nothing wrong with having a small circle. I remember growing up, I wanted to be so popular. I wanted my music to be really popular. I wanted everyone to know the songs I wrote. I wanted everybody to come and see me perform. And, I started getting older and going through this and going through that and going through the other thing and just getting older and older. And I realized that now I'm 43 years old and I am so glad that I wasn't Mr. Popular ever. Because there's so much that comes along with that, relationship-wise. There's so many people that come into your life that just want to suck you dry, leech off you. I've never really had to deal with that. Thank God. And what you realize is, especially as you get older, you're one of these younger entrepreneurs from maybe one of the real estate groups that follows me. Dude, who cares about any of that shit? Focus on what you need to do to grow your mindset, your skill set, and your habits. Mindset, skill set, habits. I wrote this in my book. Brad Lee taught me this many years ago. He's like, you got a hell of a skill set and you got a strong mindset. You get your habits down and create a habit of only spending time with people that help you grow, and I'm telling you, you're going to be unstoppable. And so many times we put ourselves in situations that we don't want to be in just to please people that we don't want to be around. Why? Cut that stuff out of your life. Cut it out. Just eliminate it. Watch how much happier you are. Watch how much happier you are. You cannot get your time back. And the hardest part about all of this is that the time that you put in is the result that you get out. So if you spent more time investing in your own personal growth, you'd get better results on the other side. So I would encourage you throughout the next few days to audit. Where is your time going? Who are you putting yourself around? What environment are you in? And then look around. Say, what are the results that people are getting in this environment? Used to hang out at bars every night, singing songs with my guitar in the corner. I don't know that I ever met a super highly, outrageously successful person. In fact, I didn't meet a super outrageously successful person ever. 10 times out of 10 at a bar. I just didn't. I didn't want to say it, but I'm saying it. I just never did. I never met some crazy, outrageous. I met successful people. Don't get me wrong. Met some of the best people, some of my best friends, bar owners that booked me when I was broke. But to really grow, you have to get out of where you're comfortable. So I was comfortable getting drunk, singing with a guitar. I'm hilarious. Till you got to deal with me at 2:00 in the morning throwing up. Then I'm not so funny anymore. Right? My wife didn't think I was very funny back then. She saw the worst version of that. It was a bad environment. It wasn't healthy for me. Second, I started getting around better people. I started having a better expectation of myself and a better expectation of what I needed to deliver, who I could become. And it's the only thing that kept me alive, really, was continuing to strive to get better, strive to get better, strive to get better. Even when I was a freaking stoner, I was trying to be the best stoner that I could possibly be. And I worked my butt off every single night to survive. I wasn't like everybody else that just sat on the couch and watched stupid stuff on the internet. I was out doing something. I was going to make something of myself. I think there's so many derogatory terms that come with being like me. You're hyperactive. You have attention deficit disorder. You're a chemical abuser. You're an addict. You're alcoholic. It's like, no, dude, it's just that I'm not focused on the things that you're focused on. In English class as a kid, I didn't care about what book you wanted me to read by George Steinbeck or whatever his name was. I don't care. Don't care. I don't have attention deficit disorder. I just don't want to pay attention to the bullshit that you want me to pay attention to because it doesn't serve me. I was laughing because I got an F in digital class in audio school. I went to school at the Conservatory of Recording Arts and Sciences in Arizona. Praise, thank you, Lord, that my dad was so cool to send me to a school like that. And give me a formal education doing what I'm doing for you right now. And I remember going back and forth with this teacher. He eventually gave me an F in digital class. I got an F in digital class, and I'm running a switcher board live on Facebook. I can click the button, play a song that I made with AI, turn it off, hit the freaking banner all on my own. But I failed digital class. I run a digital marketing company, but I failed digital class. Because grades don't matter. It's real world application of real world skills that matter. Nothing else matters. They were making some announcement at my kids' school that people memorize this Bible verse. Everybody got an award for like memorizing the same Bible verse. Like, great job. You all memorized the same bullshit. You'll forget it in a week. Memorizing. Hated that stuff. I didn't care. Didn't care at all. Hopefully those lessons stick with my kids. But I'm telling you something. Those old school days of that kind of stuff do not serve the marketplace anymore. ChatGPT can pull up any Bible verse on the planet right now. You don't need to memorize it. I can pull it up right now, the whole thing. Memorization doesn't matter anymore. Execution matters. I could memorize the whole pamphlet for this A10 Mini Pro ISO on how to multi-track, how to add in your things on the thing. But if I can't use it, if I can't apply it, there's no application to it. It's worthless knowledge. So many people buy courses and join masterminds and join communities and invest in this and that and the other thing to get around the right people. God bless them. They're trying, but they don't do anything. Even if you are around great people, they can't save you. You got to save yourself. This is what I was saying about this whole, people are mad about MAGA or America First or Republicans or Democrats or red or blue this morning. None of those people care about you. You're the only one that can do it for you. What do you want to do? Who do you know that has accomplished what you want to do, and how can you get around them? Grant Cardone's old line, who's got my money? I watched him say it for years. Who's got my money, man? You got to be asking yourself, who's got my money? And I was like, Grant Cardone doesn't have my money, but his audience does. How do I get in front of his audience? What if I make this guy a freaking hilarious song? And then one day, he posts on his page, hey man, if you're an artist, you're a designer, you're a creative, man, listen, this platform won't give me this blue check mark. There's all these scam accounts. I spend millions of dollars every month on advertising, can't get a blue check mark. And I'm like, oh, dude, I wrote this dude a song and got in with him and his wife and all these amazing people in his organization. They put me on stage, changed my entire career. But the thing that made it happen was the action, the value. You can't just get around great people and sit in the corner. You have to bring something to the table. And if you don't have anything to bring to the table, serve the tea, serve the water, serve the pastries. Pick up people's plates. Put the tablecloth down. I don't know. You don't need to be the smartest. You just need to find a way to serve people. I think people are so focused on serving themselves, they don't know how to serve anybody else. And you're going to get to a point where when you start servicing people at a high level, and then you get around low frequencies, you just don't even want to be there anymore. It just hacks you off. It just brings you down. That's why you see somebody like Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, right? Do you ever see The Rock sitting around doing something that doesn't matter? No, every single thing that person does is with intention. And people might look at that and be like, dude, that's so rude. You only hang out with people that are going to be on a high frequency. Yeah, motherfucker. Why would I waste my time with anybody else? Why would I care to spend my time with people that are going to bring me down? Ask yourself this. What is the point of spending your time with people that bring you down? With people that suck. Don't do it to yourself anymore. For the rest of 2026, ask yourself when you wake up in the morning, what does my schedule look like? Who am I spending time with and how am I going to grow? Because if the things that you're doing are not helping you grow, you are running out of time to get done what you want to get done with your life. Get rid of it. Cut it out. Sometimes you're the problem. Talking to myself too. I mean, dude, trust me, Pat Hilton's a problem sometimes. Still. Crazy. But also, I am also a response. I am the face of reality for every environment I'm in. Because I diagnose it, I assess it, and I respond to it. Come into an environment, and I look around, I'm like, oh, this sucks. And then sucky things start to happen. I'm like, that sucks. Okay, let's see. Hopefully this is over soon. You know, especially my poor wife's like, oh my gosh, Pat. Listen, dude, I don't want to deal with people's bullshit because I don't have a lot of time. Does that make me a bad person? No. No, it doesn't. And it doesn't make you a bad person either. For protecting your time, for protecting your commitments to yourself, and for removing yourself from toxic communities, toxic situations, and toxic environments. If it's not good for you, stop showing up. If drinking isn't good for you, stop drinking. I haven't drank a sip of alcohol in a really long time, to the point where I've lost count. I have a little counter on my phone. Let me pull it up for you. It's this app. It's called NoMo. NoMo. And I downloaded it a long time ago. And it's been running ever since 2,804 days since I had a drink of alcohol. I keep it right there on my phone. 2,804 days. I had to look at myself and be like, dude, you have to cut this out or you're going to end up dead or in jail. To look myself right in the face. You are quitting. Whatever those things are that you need to quit doing, I encourage you to get very, very honest with yourself. Because it's 2026. You are not getting any younger. And every second that you spend doing something that does not serve you is holding you back. whether it's people, whether it's drugs, whether it's alcohol, an environment. You know, maybe you're one of these real estate guys. Real estate's tough. I know a lot of people have made a lot of money doing real estate, lost a lot of money. Anyone that I know that made a lot of money in real estate, they lost a lot of money too. It's one of the hardest businesses to be in. Dude, people that you can't vibe with, don't be afraid to just be like, hey man, I love you, man. I know that certain things may work for you, but that strategy doesn't work for me. You got anything else that's this, or this? Let's do it. But like, draw the lines. Draw the lines for yourself at anything. For me, alcohol. Can't drink alcohol. I go places. I even go to the store sometimes and I'll buy what my wife needs. My wife likes these little peach high noon things. They look floofy. They're probably great. I've never had them before. They came out like way after I quit. They look fun. But I know that the second I take a sip of one of those, I'm going to drink 18 of them. And I'm going to be pissing myself in the backyard. Throwing up in the lawn. You might think that's funny too. Me saying that, it's the truth. Because I cannot have one drink. I can have zero. Easily just have none. But dude, once one of them goes down, I already know what happens, dude. One's not enough. It's just not enough. It's like this. Who eats 1 gram of protein a day? Everybody's counting their protein now, which I like. I think protein's good for you. Who eats 1 gram of protein? No, man, you got to have like 150 grams of protein, dog. Okay, well, think of it like that. When Patty Pat drinks, he's got to have like 150 grams. 200 G's. It's not healthy. And I'm not fun to be around. I'm just not fun to be around, dude. I turn into an asshole, piece of shit. And I'm kind of an asshole piece of shit sometimes anyway, to a certain degree. But only because I'm calling them like I see them. Listen, the world is not sunshine and rainbows. Rocky Balboa said it. The world is not all sunshine and rainbows. Anybody that tells you that it is has their head so far up their ass that they don't even know reality from a hole in the ground. This world is brutal. Brutal. The real world is a nasty place. What does Balboa says? Sylvester Stallone says, it'll beat you to your knees. The world will beat you to your knees. And it'll keep you there if you let it. People love that line because it's true. If you let it. There's nothing wrong with getting beaten to your knees. It happens to the best of us. But like, dude, don't walk into the punch again. Avoid it next time. That's all I got today, man. I think that the political scene today is super, super nasty. I see people attacking each other. I see the right side attacking the left side and the left side attacking the right side. And, you know, the MAGAs hate the America First, and America First isn't MAGA enough. And MAGA isn't Republican. It's like Republican enough. I'm just like, dude, what? Who has time for this? What is this doing for anybody? How does this even serve anybody? It's meant to divide, man. It's the divide and conquer. Don't let them win. They want you distracted, angry, bent out of shape, and off course. Because then you're easy to control. Don't let them beat you. You want to win in that category? Shut it off. Focus on what you can control. And quit wasting your time with hooligans on your dime. Come on, man. Get to work. Got things to do. Let's go.
Social authority line. Texas, where they leveling up. You the star, now the stage is yours. Lights on blast, can't ignore.